in town. Wanted to see these two teams play. As you watch here on the Varsity Sports Network, Dr. Phillips will be in all white with baby blue and navy numerals and lettering. And Olympia, moving left to right on your screen, will be dressed in the teal uniforms, black and white, numerals and lettering. It'll be Claudner Pierre stepping to the center circle. He'll go up against number 21 for Dr. Phillips, Ernest Uday, the Kansas commit, to get this game underway here at the House of Payne, Larry Payne Gymnasium. We are underway. Jackson Slater will start things off for the Panthers. Gives it high post left side to Uday. Looks for a backdoor cut. Aberdeen was there momentarily. Now they'll go inside to Uday on the lob. Can't get it. Gets it out of the air. Puts it up. No good. Rebound loose, and it's going to be picked up by Olympia. E.J. Jizzle James brings it up the floor. Son of NFL running back Edgerrin James. They'll give it into the hands of Lightus, working right side out beyond the three-point line. Now they'll go to Mio, Josh Mio. He'll get a screen. Works right. Switches it back just left of center. They're showing some patience here is Olympia on this first possession. They've only lost one game this year. They were beat by Bishop Snyder 55-52 earlier in the season. The ball goes out of play. All the officials looked at each other. Nobody knew what to call. Initially, jump ball was the signal. Now they're going to indicate it'll be Olympia basketball. No score, just underway here. First period, 7-11 on the clock. James looks to play it in. Finds Pierre, back to James. He'll pull up from 15 feet. Elbow off the front iron, no good. Uday goes high for the rebound inside. Dr. Phillips will have it for their second possession of the game. Slater goes left side to Aberdeen. Aberdeen headed to the University of Florida next season. Had the opportunity to have a game with Dr. Phillips Saturday. They're very patient on offense. They didn't make too many mistakes at all and forced 20 turnovers against Orlando Christian Prep. Here's a foul inside. It's going to be offensive, and that's a big one. First foul against Ernest Uday. Good position inside for Olympia to force the offensive foul as he turned inside into the paint. These two teams are separated, or these two schools rather, separated by only a couple of miles. And there is definitely a rivalry between the Titans and the Panthers. Dr. Phillips is going to show three-quarter court pressure. They allow it to come into Mio. Mio will set the offense from the right side, well beyond the three-point line. Tries to get away from Riley Kugel. Kugel playing good man-to-man defense. Forces Mio left, nowhere to go. Almost loses it. Now they're going to call a foul on the floor. And that's going to be against Riley Kugel. And so Uday and Kugel both have one personal foul early, 6:28 to play first quarter. James set to play it in far side of the floor. Gets it in near midcourt. It'll be Pierre with it. Goes across the center, hands it off to Mio. Mio stopped again, this time by Tillery. They'll swing it back to Mio on the left side, deep in the corner. Looks to go baseline. Now it comes back to the middle, goes behind the back, shut down. Back outside, Lightus. Hand off to James again. James can score. He takes it into the paint, puts up a shot, no good. Big rebound attempt. Unsuccessful by Pierre, and Dr. Phillips comes away with it. Here's Tillery right through the lane, kicks it left corner. Kugel, three on the way. Three is good. First basket of the game comes from Dr. Phillips. Riley Kugel was honored before the game, passing the 1,000-point mark in his career here for the Panthers. Dr. Phillips coming off a 2021 state championship. Here's a pull-up jumper from 15 feet, finds the bottom of the net for Kevin Charles. His first points. First points for Olympia. Aberdeen back the other way quickly. Kicks it right corner to Kugel. He'll reset the offense as he brings it out between the circles. Left side to Slater, back to Kugel. Little pick and roll action with Uday. They find Slater in the right corner again. Nothing doing there. Now they'll swing it to the right side. Aberdeen drives, dumps it down, low block. Tillery, off balance, shot no good. Rebound Olympia. Good pressure that time on the shot from Olympia. Altered the nature, came up with a rebound. Here's Mio into the corner. Charles with it, no good. Loose ball on the floor. We have a whistle and we have a foul. The foul's going to go against Olympia. It's going to be against Kevin Charles, his first, team first. Going to be Panther basketball. They'll play it in far side of the floor. Aberdeen drops it in backcourt to Jackson Slater. Slater walks across the timeline. Hands it off to Uday. Back to Slater over on the right. Uday posting up inside. They can't find him. Aberdeen pulls up from 15. That shot's off the mark. Big rebound, Uday, to keep it alive, and he's going to be fouled as he tried to get it back out to Slater. Uday's doing work inside already on the rebounding side of things. Foul against Olympia, second team foul. Slater looks to play it in, finds Kugel, low block, takes it straight up, lays it in with the right hand. Kugel's got all 5 of Dr. Phillips' points. Kugel's a very versatile player. Mississippi State's getting a good one. 4:15 to play, first quarter here in this matchup between 7A Powers, Olympia, and Dr. Phillips. Both teams feel like they're on the verge of a state championship run as Dylan Lightus hits it up from three-point land. Tie score at 5. Kugel back the other way, crosses over just inside the midcourt stripe. Good pressure there by Charles. He'll hand off to Aberdeen, working on James. Aberdeen drives in, kicks out to Slater, pulls up, 15-footer left side, rolls out, no good, rebound at Charles. Olympia has another opportunity on offense. Their coaching staff's wanting them to push tempo. Here's James, pull up, 15-footer good. Jizzle James, son of Edgerrin James, gets his first points. And here's an alley-oop on the other end. It's off the mark, no good. Olympia again with a run out. Lightus. Bounce pass, right corner. Mio with it, back inside. Spinning in the paint, unable to do anything. Pierre, back to Mio. They'll reset the offense, top of the key. Mio with a hesitation on Uday. He's cut off, brings it back out toward midcourt. Coach Rod Gordon yelling the play call. Mio's going to try to take Uday off the dribble. Turnaround jumper, in and out, rebound. Pierre, put back no good. Second attempt as he's falling away. Ball is knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. And they're going to say last touch by Olympia. That last fast break on the alley-oop attempt to Uday was just a little rushed for Dr. Phillips. Olympia with the lead, 7-5. Dr. Phillips, Panthers with the ball. 2:45 to play here in the first quarter. Long three from Kugel, in from just right of center. Kugel has all 8 of Dr. Phillips' points here in the first. Now they're going to apply some half-court pressure. Double team comes, here's a steal. Kugel all alone, takes it up with 2 hands and slams it home. Give Kugel 10 points. And Dr. Phillips has a 3-point lead. Here's Mio working out top against Kugel, top of the key. Looks right. Good defense by Aberdeen to shut down James as he came to the basketball. Little patience. No 5 count on as Mio will dribble left to right. Looking for help. Tries to take Kugel off the bounce. Gets inside. Puts up an off-balance shot. Partially blocked by Uday, and off comes Kugel with it up ahead. Aberdeen fakes. Layup good. Denzel Aberdeen with a bucket. His first of the game. Our score 12-7. Dr. Phillips with the lead. And Olympia wants a timeout to talk about it. It's going to be a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here. We appreciate everybody tuning in on the Varsity Sports Network. Here from Dr. Phillips High School in Orlando, Florida. So far, it's been a good one. No turnovers either way. Riley Kugel for Dr. Phillips, the Mississippi State commit, with all 10 points, or 12 points, 10 of the 12. 2 points at the last seconds before the timeout by Denzel Aberdeen. So Kugel with 10, Aberdeen with 2. And for Olympia, 2 for James, 2 for Charles, and a triple for Dylan Lightus. And that's how we stand coming out of the 30-second timeout. Dr. Phillips applied half-court pressure last time Olympia had possession. It looks like they're going to do the same here, as Kugel is set to pick up Josh Mio at midcourt. Tillery hits the deck as James gets the basketball for Olympia. Spins away from pressure, crosses over, gets into the paint, goes up against Uday, hangs in the air, shot no good. Ernest Uday comes down with a rebound, and he's going to be fouled. Uday has done a good job at rebounding the ball so far in this basketball game. Bill Self and the Kansas Jayhawks are getting a good inside player as well. Checking in for Olympia is going to be number 31. It's going to be Cameron James. Here's Dr. Phillips. Aberdeen drives left baseline, cross-court pass to Tillery. Goes into the paint. Runner is partially blocked and picked up by Pierre. It's going to be Olympia ball, but Aberdeen steals it right back, misses the layup, pump fake, put back, and no. Pierre comes down with another board. 1 minute to play, first quarter, 12-7. Dr. Phillips with the lead. Here's James driving baseline. Step back 15-footer good. Fourth point for E.J. Jizzle James. Here's a steal. Layup by Pierre good. So they turn that turnover into points and cut the Dr. Phillips lead to one at 12-11 with 30 seconds to play here in the first period. Kugel has it out top, crosses over, gets into the paint, hangs, puts it up with the right hand, no good, but a whistle and a foul is going to be called. Riley Kugel will go to the line for 2 free throws. Foul's going to be against Cameron James. More people are trying to make their way into the gymnasium here, Larry Ping Gymnasium, the House of Pain as they refer to here at Dr. Phillips. Is it a standing room only? First free throw up and good by Riley Kugel. He has 11 points of Dr. Phillips' 13. Second one up, and the second one is good too. 14-11, under 20 seconds to play in the first. Double team comes. Olympia is able to move it ahead. They'll get it center of the floor. Go through the hands of Evans. Back to James out near midcourt. James working right. Comes off a screen from James. Cross-court pass. And the shot blocked by Uday at the buzzer. Into one. Dr. Phillips 14. Olympia 11. We'll take a break. Back with more right here on the Varsity Sports Network.
Hey guys, this is Coach David from D1 Training at Dr. Phillips. Here at D1, our services are designed and modified so that anyone can get results. Whether they're athletes or someone from the general population or someone who just wants to lose some weight. Our coaches are trained to correctly and safely guide you through exercises that will propel you towards your goal. So that being said, come on down to D1 Training at Dr. Phillips and let us help you reach your fitness goal.
It's time to grow up, little wildflower. So don't you worry now, there's no need to hurry now. It's been a long, long day, and you can shine now.
High school basketball. I'm Bobby Allen. Appreciate you tuning in. Here from Dr. Phillips High School as the Panthers welcome in the 11-1 Titans of Olympia here in this highly anticipated matchup of 7A District 5 powers. Both teams top of the rankings in the state of Florida. Just underway, second period. Dr. Phillips with a three-point edge. Kugel with the basketball headed to Mississippi State. He leads all scorers with 12. Aberdeen, the Florida commit, puts up a three. It's no good. Here's James back the other way. Has it stripped out of his hands, out of bounds. It'll stay with Olympia. E.J. James throws it into Mio. James, again, if you're just joining us, son of former NFL star Edgerrin James. He'll get the basketball just inside midcourt. Double team comes with Tillery and Aberdeen. James looking for help, fires it cross court, wide open three put up from the right corner, and it finds the bottom of the net for Sean Owens. His first shot of the game is a make, and it's 14 all. Back the other way, Kugel goes behind the back, resets the offense as Evans comes out to play tough man-to-man defense. They'll swing it through Sheffield to Tillery. Now back to Aberdeen just inside midcourt. Aberdeen headed to Florida next year. They're getting a good guard. Here's Tillery with a three. It's off the iron, no good. Karem's out of play, and it'll be Olympia basketball. Casito checking in for Dr. Phillips. And we're going to have a 30-second timeout called by the Panthers of Dr. Phillips.
We're often asked, what's more important in retirement? Having a great plan or working with a great advisor? The answer is that both are vitally important to your retirement success. Retirement planning is not just a one and done. Even the best plans will need to be adjusted. That's exactly why we need an experienced advisor to guide you on your journey. How confident are you? Call us today for a second opinion.
It'll be Olympia basketball coming out of the timeout. They'll have Owens, James, Mio, Cameron James, and also Joey Evans on the floor. Dr. Phillips with Uday, Aberdeen, Sheffield, Kugel, and Casito. Here's Mio, brings it across the midcourt stripe. Sheffield and Uday out to play defense. For the big man, Ernest Uday can play away from the basket. He's very mobile. As I mentioned, the Kansas Jayhawks are getting a good one. With Dr. Phillips, Ernest Uday, 6'10 senior. They'll give it to Cameron James down to the baseline. Has it knocked out of his hands by Casito. Keeps it alive. Gives it off to Evans. He drives in, cut off by Sheffield. Goes behind the back, drives back into the paint. Wild shot as it slipped out of his hands and out of play. Dr. Phillips will have it back. Second turnover of the game for Olympia. Lightus checks back in for the Titans. Sheffield plays it in, and it's going to be knocked into the hands of Olympia. Another turnover. Third of the game for Dr. Phillips. They're trying to throw it inside to a cutting Cameron James, but it's going to be tipped out of play by Uday. James to play it in. Gets it into Owens. Already hit 1 3, and he hits another one. 2 threes in the ball game for Owens, both coming here in the second period, and Olympia takes a 3-point lead. Here's Kugel back the other way, dumps it down low. Block Uday with a two-hand slam in the middle of the paint. One-point lead for the Titans of Olympia. James goes behind the back, working on Sheffield. Spins, pull back, 15-footer off the mark, no good. Casito with the rebound for the Panthers. Fires it up ahead, left side, Kugel with it. Wraparound pass, skips off of Uday's hands into Sheffield's. Floater good, and the foul. Tough shot by Mason Sheffield as he knew pressure was coming. Cameron James picks up the personal. Sheffield at the line for a chance at a three-point play. The bucket gives Dr. Phillips the lead, 18-17. Free throw off the mark, no good. Pressure right away by Dr. Phillips on the rebound. Chisel James with it. James, double team, needs help, fires it across court, looking for Cameron James. It goes over his head, out of bounds. Second turnover of the quarter. Dr. Phillips will have it, going length of the floor. Kugel gets it in to Aberdeen. Aberdeen sets the offense just inside midcourt, pressured by Owens. Gets the screen from Uday. Gives it to Casido, cross-court pass, Kugel. Thought about a three, now drives baseline. Fires it cross-court. Slater will dial one up, it's in and out. Rebound on the floor, picked up by Pierre for Olympia. James quickly up ahead. Owens, can he hit three for three? No. Rebound Casido on the air ball. Aberdeen will have it for the Panthers. 4:40 to play, first half. Aberdeen drives in the paint, shot blocked, rebound. Uday, and he dunks it with two hands in traffic. Ernest Uday making his presence felt. Gives Dr. Phillips a 20-17 lead. James out top, works on Aberdeen. Good defense. Bumps shoulders, and the personal foul is going to be called on Denzel Aberdeen. His first, team third. Carter McDowell checks in. 6'6" sophomore for Dr. Phillips, giving the 6'10" senior Ernest Uday a breather. James gets it in. Fires it out beyond the three-point line to Mio, guarded by McDowell. Screen comes from both ways. He can go either way if Mio elects to use them. James stays out to set a screen. Good pressure defense by McDowell. Off to Pierre, ball loose in the backcourt. Picked up by Pierre. Pierre takes it right down the middle of the lane. He goes up for the dunk. Foul is called, basket no good. Slater picks up the personal, and that's going to send Claudner Pierre to the charity stripe. First one up, no good. Pierre has yet to score in the contest for Olympia. 20-17. Dr. Phillips with a three-point edge, 3:50 to play in the first half. Second one, no good. The Panthers will bring it up the floor. Slater with it. He'll work on Owens at the midcourt stripe. Now off to Kugel. Kugel drives right, wraparound pass back to Casido. Layup no good. Foul is called as he's hit from the back. Foul's going to be on Claudner Pierre. And Jonathan Casido will head to the charity stripe. Casido puts the dribbles down with the right hand. Free throw up, rattles in. His first point of the contest, 21-17. Charles Outlaw checks into the game for Olympia, son of former Orlando Magic player Bo Outlaw. Played with the Clippers, Nets, Lakers, and of course the Magic. Miss, rebound, three attempt from Slater, no good. Rebound falls to Outlaw inside. Pull up, 18-footer from E.J. James, no good. Outlaw with the rebound, put back, no good. Oh, James with a follow attempt, no good. But Pierre's there to clean it up and put it in. 21-19. Electric atmosphere here at Dr. Phillips High School. Wednesday night game of the season, possibly. Biggest game so far that we've broadcast. Here's Kugel, step back three, no good. Rebound weak side by Lightus. He'll give it off to Jizzle James. He'll pull up three, left wing. It's off the mark, no good. Rebound tipped, fought for, picked up by Lightus. Out to Mio. He'll crank one up from distance. It's no good. Casido pulls down the rebound for the Panthers. Up ahead to Riley Kugel. Kugel gets into the paint. Has it knocked out of his hands. Whistle. Foul against Olympia. Foul is going to be tagged to Claudner Pierre. Riley Kugel steps to the charity stripe. He has 12 points in the game. Again, the future Mississippi State Bulldog. Very solid player headed to Starkville. First free throw up, no good. Evans returns for Olympia. Jackson Tillery and Ernest Uday return for Dr. Phillips. Uday wearing number 21, the future Kansas Jayhawk, 6'10 senior. Kugel with the free throw, up, good. 22-19 is our score. Standing room only here at Larry Payne Gymnasium. Electric atmosphere. Here's Mio. Wide open underneath. Outlaw takes it up, misses the easy one, gets his own rebound, spins inside, has it loose on the floor. And we're going to have a whistle and a foul. Outlaw mad at himself for missing that easy bucket. Foul is going to be against Mason Sheffield. 2:20 to play here in the first half. Jizzle James set to play it in, son of Edgerrin James of Indianapolis Colts fame. Gets it to Mio. Mio working out top between the circles. Has a screen either way if he wants it. Tillery working on it defensively. He'll give it off to Evans. Back to Outlaw. Now to Mio again. This time he's cut off by Tillery as he dribbles left. Coach Rob Gordon calling out the play, looking for some motion. Mio gets into the paint, gives it off. Left corner three, in and out for the Owens. And Uday pulls down the rebound for Dr. Phillips. Here's a pass inside to Uday. Had to split three defenders. He's hit and fouled. Foul's going to be called against Joey Evans. That'll send Ernest Uday to the line for one and a bonus. First free throw is up, high arcing shot. Rolls in for Ernest Uday. He's got 3 points in the contest, but the story of the game for him so far has been rebounding. I'm not officially keeping the stat, but I would imagine he's headed close to double figures already. Second one up, second one good. He's a good free throw shooter. He shot very well from the floor in Saturday's game that I had when they defeated Orlando Christian Prep. Minute 30 to play in the first half. Owens works out top. Tillery hits the deck. We have a whistle and a foul called from across the floor. The Olympia fans aren't happy. They said it was a little bit of a flop from Tillery, but the foul's called nonetheless. Foul's going to be called on Evans as the boos rain in from behind me. Owens returns for Olympia. Riley Kugel checks in for Dr. Phillips. Jordan Tillery was the one who forced the offensive foul. Slater will bring it across the timeline, guarded by Owens. Gets a screen off to Tillery. High post right side to Uday. Off to Kugel. Drives in paint. Has it knocked out of his hands. Gets it back off the floor. Stolen again. Into the hands of James for Olympia. They're on the move. James drives baseline. Cut off. Loses the handle. And picked up by Dr. Phillips. It's Kugel. Little Eurostat layup with the left hand's good. 1 minute to play first half. 26-19. Dr. Phillips with the lead. Olympia works against half-court pressure. James with it. Double team comes. Ball's tipped. Picked off. Kugel all alone. Help comes. Layup's good anyway between two Olympia defenders. It's the Riley Kugel show. He's got 17 points of Dr. Phillips' 28. Riley Kugel putting on a show tonight offensively. 41.9 on the clock. Three-quarter court pressure by Dr. Phillips. Olympia gets it into Lightus. They'll give it back to Mio. Mio Off to Lightus again. Tillery comes out, pressure man-to-man. Lightus gets a screen, tries to work off of it. Here's a play, bounces off the official, all alone. Kugel with a reverse dunk. He is absolutely lighting it up on offense. And we have a whistle and a foul on Denzel Aberdeen. Riley Kugel with the double clutch reverse dunk on the steal. Fourth turnover against Olympia. Kugel with 19 points in the first half, headed to Mississippi State next season. 16 seconds to play first half. Mio works it up the floor against Riley Kugel. 8 seconds, works left, fires it underneath to Outlaw. Turns around in the paint, puts it up and in over Jackson. Slater off to Tillery. Now to Kugel from three-quarter court, misses it. And that'll be the end of the first half. Our score, Dr. Phillips 30, Olympia 21. Stick around, much more to come as we bring you the best of high school sports right here on the Varsity Sports Network.
Little one, you're gonna grow, and then you're gonna go. Now I'll be waiting for you back home. So many little things I wanna say, but I know, yes I know you'll be okay. I know, yes I know you'll be okay. Yes I know you'll be okay.
Hey guys, this is Coach West here at D1 Training, Dr. Phillips. Nowadays, being a good athlete isn't enough to be successful in your sport. You gotta keep up with your speed training, your strength training, your skills training, making sure you're eating healthy, staying flexible, staying mobile, but most importantly, getting good grades. We gotta stay eligible enough to be out in the field to compete. When it comes to getting better, here at D1 Training, you pick the goal, we help you get there. Come in, let's get started.
Hello everyone and welcome to Varsity Sports Network. Get out here now. Beautiful. Oh, surging in right at the top of the 6. Jabari pads a little sleep. He's gone. Football really gives these head coaches. Welcome into Sports of Episode 2, Alex and Nick. This is the High School Scoreboard Show right here on Varsity Sports Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Varsity Sports Network. I'm Bobby Allen. Appreciate you tuning in here for this matchup between the Panthers of Dr. Phillips and the visiting Titans of Olympia. Both of these teams highly ranked in the state of Florida in basketball. Dr. Phillips coming off a 2021 championship, and they've got the tools capable to do it again. First half scoring looked like this. First for Dr. Phillips, they have a 30-21 lead. 19 points for Mississippi State commit Riley Kugel. 6 for Kansas commit Ernest Uday. 2 for the future Florida Gator Denzel Aberdeen. 2 for Mason Sheffield. 1 for Jonathan Casito. Dr. Phillips hit 2 threes and went 5 of 6 from the charity stripe. For Olympia, they were led 6 points by Sean Owens on back-to-back threes. 4 points for Claudner Pierre. 4 points for Jizzle James, son of NFL great Edgerrin James. And 2 for Kevin Charles. Rounding out the scoring for Olympia, they made 3 three-point field goals, and they were 0 of 4 from the charity stripe. Here's Jizzle James driving in. Puts up a shot, no good. Tip is no good. Third time's a charm, as he's able to tip his own ball up and in for the third try. 30-23. Three-quarter court pressure now turned up by the Titans of Olympia. Dr. Phillips breaks it. Here's Aberdeen, 3, left side on the way, no good. Tillery with a weak side rebound. Spins into the paint, has it knocked out of his hands. Turnover for Dr. Phillips. They had 3 turnovers in the first half. Here's James, pull up 15-footer, off the mark, no good. Slater pulls down the rebound for the Panthers. Slater off right side, Tillery looking inside for Uday, has him, turns into the paint, takes it up strong, lays it in, and the foul. The 6'10" future Kansas Jayhawk takes it up strong. Bucket and an opportunity to 3-point play. Uday was 2 of 2 from the charity stripe in the first half. This one's off the front iron, no good. Coaching staff wanting Olympia to push tempo. They do. Lightus had it in the corner. Back to Mio. On the left wing, working on Denzel Aberdeen. Mio holds. Floats to the right side now. Still working out top. This time he's going to be guarded by the 6'10" center, Ernest Uday. Uday's a good ball defender. Mio gets in. Uday swats it off the glass. Picked up by Pierre. Olympia maintains possession. Back to Mio, right corner. 3 on the way, and it's good. First bucket of the game for Josh Mio. And the Olympia cheering section across the court goes nuts. Kugel spins away from pressure, gives it off to Aberdeen. Working on James. Aberdeen into the paint, kicks off. Kugel, left corner, right corner 3, off the mark, no good. Loose ball on the middle of the floor, picked up by Mio. Up ahead, layup with a right hand is good for Kevin Charles. 32-28. And here's another turnover against Dr. Phillips. Stepped on the sideline, far side of the floor. Second turnover here early in the third period against the Panthers. 32-28. Dr. Phillips with the lead. Here's James with it. Works right, goes into the paint on Uday. Puts up a shot. Are they going to count it? Yes, they are. James with an opportunity to 3-point play. Foul's going to go against Ernest Uday. He's going to pick up only his second personal. That's good news in that situation for Dr. Phillips. Nobody in foul trouble. E.J. James knocks down the free throw for the 3-point play. Son of former NFL great Edgerrin James. 5:48 to play here in the third. Aberdeen will work it up the floor against James. Tight pressure, 5 counts on. Aberdeen off to Kugel. Kugel has been the story offensively for Dr. Phillips in the first half. Back to Aberdeen, well beyond the 3-point line. He asks for a screen. Instead gives it up to Tillery. Backdoor lob, Uday, and it's going to be picked off by Pierre. Third turnover for Dr. Phillips. Here's James with pressure, kicks it off, right corner. Shot off the mark, no good. Long rebound picked up by Mio. Pull up 15-footer, no good. Big rebound to Kugel. Long pass up ahead. Aberdeen takes it underneath the basket. Whistle, foul. They're going to get Josh Mio with the personal. They wanted to run that one. 32-31. What a game here at Payne Gymnasium, the House of Payne. Here's Slater looking to throw it in. Gets it in to the future Kansas Jayhawk, Ernest Uday. Works into the paint. Jump stop. Layup good, and the foul. They're going to be a late whistle as Coach Rob Gordon of Olympia actually falls down in disarray. And he's going to be technical. So we got Uday with the good basket. Late whistle foul. And then a technical called on head coach Rob Gordon. Olympia fans behind me are losing their minds. So Uday steps to the free throw line. First free throw up, no good. So he is unsuccessful in the 3-point play. And now Denzel Aberdeen, the future Florida Gator, will step to the charity stripe for the technical free throws. 34-31. Aberdeen's second free throw up, and it's good. Dr. Phillips will now have possession midcourt far side. Not a little love lost between these two programs, only separated by a couple of miles here. Right off of the Universal Orlando property. Here at Dr. Phillips, lob inside, Uday, easy two-hand dunk. Last year during the regionals, if you are just joining us, Uday had a wide open dunk, shattered the backboard, and this game had to be moved to Olympia High School to be finished. Part of the lights have gone off here in Payne Gymnasium as Charles makes his way through the lane with the one-handed layup. 4 minutes, 20 seconds to play here in the third. The tension is growing and growing in this gymnasium. I only hope the visual on the camera gives you an idea of the atmosphere here. Here's Kugel, gets into the paint, pull-up floater, right hand no good. Rebound Mio underneath. Gives it off to James. James into the paint, hesitation, spins left, layup off the glass, no good. Pierre with the rebound, knocked out of his hand. Loose, out of bounds, last touch by the Panthers. And now the lights have returned, and Dr. Phillips wants a 30-second timeout with a 37-33 lead with 3:54 here to play in the third. Kugel has been the story for Dr. Phillips, has 19 of Dr. Phillips' 37 points here through half of the third period. Ernest Uday has come alive with 6 points in the third, 12 for the ball game. And for Olympia, they are led by E.J. Jizzle James. He has 9 points, followed by Kevin Charles' 6. And now the lights are going on and off, dimming slowly here in the gym. So far it hasn't been a factor as to interrupt the play, but it is odd. So coming out of the timeout, it'll be Titan basketball. Olympia throws it in far side of the floor. It'll be James to inbound. He'll have Mio, Pierre, Owens, and Charles on the floor with him. Lobs it into Mio, right side. Working on Tillery. Step back three, off balance, no good. Rebound tipped up in the air by Uday into the hands of James on the baseline. Whistle foul. Oh no, no foul. Reset the clock. Clock's going to be reset to 3:48. It was not started upon inbound. So now James will throw it in from the baseline. Looking for help. Lobs it into Pierre. It's going to be stolen away by Uday. Off into the hands of Aberdeen. To Slater, right side. Cross-court pass. Tillery, three. No good. High rebound collected by Mio. Mio drives on Uday. Step back three. Left side. Good. Big three-point bucket cuts the Dr. Phillips lead to one, 37-36. Kugel on the left wing. Working on Charles. Lobs it up to Uday. Misses the alley-oop. Turns around and puts it in off the rebound, though, for an easy two. Uday with 14 points. 39-36, three-point game. The lead to Dr. Phillips, ball in the hands of the Olympia Titans. Mio works with Charles. Charles picks up his dribble, finds Owens deep on the right side. Now they'll give it back out top to James to reset the offense. James guarded by Slater. He'll give it up to Mio. Coaching staff calling out the play from the near side. Back to Charles. They're going to be patient here. Now Charles drives into the paint under pressure. Whistle foul. No shot. It's going to be on the floor. Should be on the floor. Olympia to throw it in on the baseline underneath their own goal. James looking, lobs it over the top. Free throw line to Pierre. Back out to Mio on the right wing, working on Tillery. Tillery's pass nearly stolen away by Kugel as his pass is intended. Casito checks in. Tillery gets a break. James will play it in right in front of us here at the Varsity Sports Network broadcast table. Here's a whistle and a foul away from the ball, as Casito is going to pick up the personal as he made contact with Josh Mio. Now James will step to the baseline. Looking for help. Drops it off, low block to Charles. Spins baseline. Shot partially blocked by Casito. Gets his own rebound out of the air. Needs help. Throws it off the leg of Uday, but a timeout was called by Olympia prior to the ball going out of play. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with them back in a moment here on the Varsity Sports Network.
Hey guys, this is Coach West here at D1 Training, Dr. Phillips. Nowadays, being a good athlete isn't enough to be successful in your sport. You gotta keep up with your speed training, your strength training, your skills training, making sure you're eating healthy, staying flexible, staying mobile, but most importantly, getting good grades. We gotta stay eligible enough to be out in the field to compete. When it comes to getting better, here at D1 Training, you pick the goal, we help you get there. Come in, let's get started.
It's time to grow up, little wildflower. So don't you worry now, there's no need to hurry now. It's been a long, long day, and you can shine now.
Yeah, we'll go back here to the Varsity Sports Network. I'm Bobby Allen. Appreciate you tuning in here on this Wednesday night. This marquee matchup between two top-ranked teams here in the Sunshine State, Dr. Phillips and Olympia, both Class 7A District 5 teams. Currently, Dr. Phillips holds a 39-36 lead. Olympia with the basketball. It'll be James, spins at the free throw line, still a little way by Kugel. This could be a highlight. Takes it up with a right hand and powers it down. Kugel with 21 points. The Bulldogs of Mississippi State are getting a good one next year. 41-36. Dr. Phillips with the lead. Here's Mio, top of the key. Pull up three over Aberdeen, off the mark, no good. Rebound loose, fought for, tipped out of bounds, last touch by the Panthers. It'll be Olympia basketball. James to play it on the baseline. Dumps it off to Pierre. Pierre working on Uday. Works into the paint. Double team comes, dumps it off to Charles. Off to Owens. Thought about another three. Instead goes cross court. Mio's going to dial one up. It's no good. Weak side rebound picked up by James. Olympia's got another opportunity. James picks up his dribble. Fires it deep on the left side to Charles. Back to Mio. Minute 5 to play here in the third. 41-36. Dr. Phillips with the lead. Mio long three. Straight away. Got it. Josh Mio hit his third triple of the third period and makes it a 41-39 game. Right back the other way. Kugel thought about a three from the right corner. Instead drives in. Dumps it off Uday. Easy two-hand dunk. If Ernest Uday has that kind of position with that much space that close to the basket, you might as well count it. He has 16 of the game. Here's a loose ball underneath the basket. It's going to be picked up by Dr. Phillips. Aberdeen crosses over into the paint, hanging off the glass. Good. Whistle foul. 3-point play opportunity for Denzel Aberdeen. Foul is going to be tagged to Kevin Charles. Aberdeen made his way into the paint, hung for a moment as the defense collapsed, able to kiss it off the glass. And that's going to be the 4th personal. As Aberdeen puts the dribbles down with the right hand. Free throw up, free throw good. 46-39. 12 seconds left in the third. Mio dribbles just inside midcourt. Double team comes. Needs help. Lobs it over left side to Owens. In the middle to James. Fakes the 15-footer. Now turns around with one. No good at the buzzer. And at the end of 3, it is Dr. Phillips 46. Olympia 39. Back in a moment with the 4th and final quarter right here on the Varsity Sports Network.
Building on the lecture, verses coming daily under pressure. Working on applying the scheme, the true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. Yes, sir. I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the balls in the place. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the drummer, work the drummer, passion never rests. Freedom is our teacher under pressure, now we blessed. See, I was so close with the glow. There's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah. There's one art, one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
And welcome back into the Varsity Sports Network's coverage of high school basketball here in Orlando. I'm Bobby Allen. Appreciate you tuning in here for this big-time matchup between 2 top-ranked teams in Central Florida. It is the Panthers of Dr. Phillips and the Titans of Olympia, 46-39. Dr. Phillips with the lead and the ball here from Payne Gymnasium. Just underway, 4th quarter. These teams could end up playing each other a couple of more times during the season, but this one has postseason implications for sure. Kugel with it, just right of center, back beyond the three-point line, gets a screen from Uday, cuts right, gets into the paint, Euro step, lays it up with the left hand, and it's good. Riley Kugel with 23 points of Dr. Phillips' 48, headed to Starkville, Mississippi to play for the Bulldogs next season. Mio trapped near midcourt, finds a wide open Evans underneath, shot blocked as 2 defenders came over, Uday and Sheffield. Who are they going to give the foul to? Foul's going to be given to Sheffield, his second, as Cameron James steps to the charity stripe for 2 free throws. Cameron James was wide open for a moment, but boy, did the defense collapse quickly. The 6'10 frame of Ernest Uday and the 6'4 guard Sheffield both collapsed quick. Second free throw. Up and off the front iron, no good. Easy rebound collected for Uday. 48-39. 9-point lead for the Panthers of Dr. Phillips. Caicedo, high post right side to Uday, off to Keigel. Gets underneath, kicks it off to Sheffield. 3, left side, no good. Weak side rebound by Uday. Dr. Phillips resets. Aberdeen's going to dial one up from way deep, and it's going to be no good. James with the long rebound. James takes it coast to coast, hit and fouled as he makes his way into the paint. Foul's going to be called on Denzel Aberdeen. Olympia will have it underneath their own bucket. 6:45 to play in the contest. Owens set to play it in. Aberdeen will guard the basketball. Needs help. Lobs it over the top. Going to be collected by Evans into the hands of James. And we've got a whistle and a technical is going to be assessed to Mason Sheffield. All I saw was him hitting the deck. The officials giving explanation to Ernest Uday as James will step to the charity stripe. Free throw up, free throw good. Second free throw on the way, and it's good. That's big. That gives 2 points and the ball to the Titans of Olympia, 48-41. Tillery checks back in. Casito gets a breather. Owens is going to bring it up the floor for the Titans of Olympia. He'll work across the timeline on Aberdeen. Has it knocked out of his hands, gets it back. Now hands off to James, and we've got a whistle and a timeout called by Olympia. It'll be a 30-second timeout. 6:29 to play here in the ball game. 48-41. Olympia with the basketball. Owens will bring it across the timeline once more, guarded by Slater. Picks up his dribble, needs help. Finds Mio, top of the key, working on Tillery. Mio, step back long, two, and it's good. But he has hurt something. He is down in pain. And we'll go back into the Varsity Sports Network's coverage of high school basketball. Dr. Phillips leads Olympia 48-43. Josh Neo, the injured player, makes his way off the floor. Came down on the leg of his defender after a long two made. There was a foul away from the ball, which sends Leitus to the charity stripe. Foul was on Tillery. Leitus misses the front end. Dr. Phillips with the ball and a 5-point lead, 6 minutes to play here in the ball game. Slater. Off to Tillery, back to Kugel, gets into the paint, takes it up strong, misses it, and Uday is there to clean it up with a two-hand slam. Uday with 18 points in the ball game. James tied up in backcourt, gets it over the timeline. Evans off to Charles. His shot in the paint's good. (50-45). Dr. Phillips with the lead in the ball. 5:20 to play. Kugel with it deep in the right corner. Lobs it inside. Uday wide open, easy dunk. He can do that all day long if you give him that much space. Back-to-back slam dunks for Ernest Uday. He's headed to Lawrence, Kansas next year to play for the Kansas Jayhawks. Makes it a 52-45 game. James picks up his dribble, gives it cross court to Owens, drives baseline, drops it off to James. Now back to Jizzle James. EJ crosses over. Double team comes, picks up his dribble, off to Owens. Quick switch, back left corner. They try to go down low to the cutting EJ James, but it goes off the foot of Uday. Not a play, and Josh Mio looks to be all right. He checks back into the game. To a round of applause from the Olympia faithful. That injury initially looked a lot worse than it ended up being, apparently. Evans to play it in. Finds Mio. Top of the key straight away. Works on Tillery. Mio has 11 points in the ball game. Hesitation, picks up his dribble, finds James. James works out top. He'll be guarded by Aberdeen. Gets a screen from Pierre. Works into the middle. Loses it. Gets it back. Pulls up 15 feet away. No good. Long rebound. Tipped by Pierre. They're going to say off the inline. Last touched by Dr. Phillips. Aberdeen tips it out of play. Olympia has it deep in the corner. Trap comes. Trouble now. James splits the double team. Gets into the paint. Dumps it off. Leitus wide open for an easy two. Nice looking pass from James to Leitus as Uday came over to try to block the shot. Here's Slater, double teamed, whistle, timeout called Dr. Phillips. Yeah, we'll go back into the Varsity Sports Network here from Larry Payne Gymnasium at Dr. Phillips High School. I'm Bobby Allen. 3.5 minutes roughly to play here in this contest between the Panthers and the visiting Titans of Olympia. It's a good one. Here's Slater, dials one up from distance. Right side three is good for Jackson Slater. First point to the contest, and they're big ones. 55-47. Here's James back the other way for the Titans. Gets into the paint. Tough shot. Falling away. One-handed runner is good for E.J. James. Give him 13 in the ball game. 55-49. Aberdeen gets across the midcourt stripe. Guarded by James. Gets it off to Slater. Now Tillery will work against Mio. His pass back to Kugel's nearly stolen away. Kugel goes behind the back. Gives it to Slater. Thought about a three. Drives baseline. Cut off. Now they'll reset back out to Aberdeen. He'll split two defenders. Lobs it up for Uday into the paint. Knocked out of his hands. Gets it back. Turns around. Flips it off balance. No good. Pierre with the rebound. Here's James for Olympia. Pull up 15-footer in and out. Rebound Slater. Slater puts the brakes on and now will walk it across the timeline. Aberdeen gets fouled as he makes his way down the right-hand side. Foul's going to be on Joey Evans. That'll be ball out for Dr. Phillips underneath their own goal. Into Aberdeen, gets into the paint. One-hand runner with the right hand, good. Denzel Aberdeen with 9 points, 57-49. 2:20 to play here in the ball game. Pass underneath Charles, wide open, lays it up and in, and one. Kevin Charles with an opportunity to three-point play. That's a big one. The basket cuts the lead to 6 for Dr. Phillips. Chance to do a little more damage to that lead here from the charity stripe. It'll be Kevin Charles stepping to the free throw line. The lefty puts the first one up, no good. Rebound inside by Owens, and he's fouled as he turns around and tries to put it in over Uday. Uday will pick up his third personal, and that will send Joey Evans to the charity stripe for 2 shots. Still a 6-point lead for Dr. Phillips with 2:13 to play. First free throw up. First one's perfect. He's got 3 points in the contest. Chance for one more. Caicedo checks back in for Dr. Phillips, replacing Jordan Tillery. Owen's second free throw up and perfect. He's got 4 points, and it's a 4-point Dr. Phillips lead. Olympia is going to turn up the pressure here, maybe force a turnover or two. Here's Aberdeen in backcourt, lobs it up right side, Slater. Pressure comes back to Aberdeen just inside midcourt, pressured by Owens. Back to Slater on the right side as the lights dim again here in the gymnasium. Oh, pass nearly stolen away. That one was telegraphed. Evans stood in there, tipped it out of play. It'll stay with Dr. Phillips. Dr. Phillips will set it up. Aberdeen has it in backcourt. Minute 50 to play. Aberdeen gets into the paint. Up and under. Hits nothing, and Olympia comes down with a big rebound. Here's a chance to cut into the lead even more. James into the middle. One-hand runner, good. Jizzle James cuts the lead to 2, and here's a whistle foul in backcourt on Kevin Charles. And that'll be it for Kevin Charles. He'll have to come out. They'll pause for a moment. Minute 35 to play in the ball game. 57-55. Dr. Phillips clinging to a 2-point lead. Olympia has not led since the first quarter of play, where they led the game 11-7. Since then, it's been all Dr. Phillips. They've led by as many as 9. Here's Riley Kugel with it, working right side, crosses over, goes baseline. Hesitation, wraps it up. Uday in the middle, wide open, cutting through the lane. Beautiful pass, beautiful finish. 59-55. Here's James, pushing tempo, spins into the paint, shot over Uday, shot blocked, but a whistle foul. The Dr. Phillips folks don't like that one, but Uday is going to pick up the personal. And now we have a technical foul assessed to Dr. Phillips' coaching staff. Coach Witherspoon asking for a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. We'll take a break with them. And welcome back into the Varsity Sports Network's coverage of high school basketball. I'm Bobby Allen here from Dr. Phillips High School. Appreciate you tuning in. E.J. James steps to the charity stripe, makes the first free throw, 59-56, ball game, 1:07 to play. Second free throw up, second one good. That was for the personal foul. Now he'll have two more with an opportunity to tie the game. This is the son of Edgerrin James, NFL running back. Third free throw up, good. And now he'll have one more to tie it as the Olympia fans come to their feet here at Larry Payne Gymnasium. Up and perfect. It's loud in here now. 59-59 with 1:07 to play in regulation. After the made free throws, Olympia will have the basketball side out. This gym is alive as Mio plays it into backcourt to E.J. James. He'll walk it toward the timeline with 1 minute to play. He'll be guarded by Mason Sheffield. Aberdeen comes for the double team. He'll give it off to Mio on the right side. Mio brings it from right to left, working on Kugel. Back to James, spins free of Uday, steps back off to Pierre. Back to James, loses it. Steal, Uday up ahead to Kegel, and it's stolen back. Here comes James all alone, layup good. 32 seconds to play. 2-point lead for Olympia, and whistle timeout called by Dr. Phillips. No basket on the dunk by Riley Kugel. It's going to be a full timeout with 25 seconds to play here in the ball game.
Little one, you're gonna grow, and then you're gonna go. Now I'll be waiting for you back home. So many little things I wanna say, but I know, yes I know you'll be okay. I know, yes I know you'll be okay. Yes I know you'll be okay.
Hello, I'm Dave Allen, and this is Frank Lavaglio from Financially Speaking. If you're on the cusp of retirement or have recently retired, make sure you tune into our show at 11 a.m. on Sundays. We will teach you how to structure a tax-efficient retirement income plan.
Hey guys, this is Coach David from D1 Training at Dr. Phillips. Here at D1, our services are designed and modified so that anyone can get results. Whether they're athletes or someone from the general population or someone who just wants to lose some weight. Our coaches are trained to correctly and safely guide you through exercises that will propel you towards your goal. So that being said, come on down to D1 Training at Dr. Phillips and let us help you reach your fitness goal.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Varsity Sports Network's. Get out here, beautiful. Jabari Fadden's a little slim. He's gone.
Football really gives these head coaches.
Welcome into Sports on episode 2, Alex and Nick.
This is the high school scoreboard show right here on Varsity Sports Network.
What a game, what a comeback for Olympia as Kugel sets to play it in. He looks for help, finds Aberdeen on the left side with 23 seconds to play in regulation. He'll back it out toward midcourt, working on Pierre. Goes left, crosses over, gets a screen from Uday. Off to Tillery. Tillery spins, back to Aberdeen. 12 seconds to play. He gets into the paint, fouled as he makes his way to the bucket. Aberdeen will step to the free throw line for 2 free throws. Evans picks up his 4th personal. Denzel Aberdeen will step to the line for 2 free throws, down 2 with 9.7 to play. Aberdeen's first free throw, perfect. He'll have one more. And now we're going to have a full timeout called on the floor with 9.7 seconds remaining. Both teams come back off of their respective benches. Standing room only. Here at the House of Payne, Larry Payne Gymnasium on the campus of Dr. Phillips High School. Denzel Aberdeen will get the ball from the official. 1 free throw, chance to tie with 9.7 to play. Free throws up, and it is perfect. Here comes the Titans with an opportunity to win it. James with 8 seconds. Approaches the midcourt stripe. Drives in, pull up 15-footer, no good. Rebound, Kugel, and we're playing extra basketball. Overtime here at Larry Payne Gymnasium. Don't go anywhere. A lot more to come here on the Varsity Sports Network.
Oh, this world's a little crazy. Oh, you are mine.
Tore back into this game on the back of number 2, E.J. Jizzle James with 21 points. He had 4 at halftime. He put this team on his shoulders and brought him back to tie the game, and they actually had a chance to win it in regulation as he misses the first free throw. He'll have one more. Second free throw up. Second one is good. 1 point Dr. Phillips lead as Owens checks back in. Carmen James gets a breather. 3.5 to play here in overtime. Riley Kugel set to play it in. Gives it to Aberdeen. Aberdeen works on James. Hesitates before he crosses midcourt, and he'll set the offense for the Panthers. Swings it left side to Slater. Through Uday, back to Aberdeen. Aberdeen waves off Slater, and now Uday comes out to set the screen. Gives it to Tillery, back to Aberdeen. They're holding it a little bit, showing some patience here in overtime. Now to Aberdeen, wide open left wing. 3 on the way, no good. Long rebound falls to Slater. Saves it inbounds to Uday, same side of the floor. Off to Slater, and Dr. Phillips will have another opportunity. Good hustle by Uday to save it. Keep it alive. Into the hands of Aberdeen. Aberdeen drives right this time. Into the paint, makes contact, puts a runner up. It's no good. Rebound picked up by Olympia. It'll be E.J. James with it, 2.5 to play. Double team comes with Tillery and Aberdeen. James works to the right, now back to middle of the court. Spins on Uday, right hand layup, good. James has been a rock star in this second half. Give him 24 points, and Olympia retakes a 1-point lead. Been 3 lead changes here in this overtime period so far. Aberdeen right side, fakes the long one, goes inside, up and under layup, good. Aberdeen with 4 points in overtime. He comes up limping just a little bit, as does Claudner Pierre. And we'll go back into the Varsity Sports Network here from Dr. Phillips High School. Pausing the action as Claudner Pierre, suffering from some cramps, was underneath the bucket. They were waiting to get him off to the sideline before resuming play here. I'm Bobby Allen. Appreciate you tuning in. A good one here as we are in overtime here from Payne Gymnasium. Dr. Phillips hanging on to a 1-point lead, 65-64 over the Titans of Olympia. Olympia came roaring back in the second half to tie the game with a chance to win in regulation. They will have the basketball coming in out of the timeout. 2 minutes to play here in overtime. 7A District 5 battle. This game could potentially have postseason implications. Here's E.J. James with it just inside midcourt, working on Sheffield. Drives into the paint, puts the shot up, no good. Tipped, rebound, Cameron James picks it up off the floor, and Rob Gordon's able to call a timeout and save the possession for the Titans of Olympia. It's a full timeout. We'll take a break with them. Back in a moment here on the Varsity Sports Network.
One shot, not a future for sure. Yeah, I was building on the lecture. Verses coming daily under pressure. Working on applying the scheme. The true style trademark is at the edge of your dreams. I'm talking one shot for the kill. The freeze. Yes, sir. I'm turning dreams into reality. In the lab with the formula and chemistry. The memories spark and motivate and make the industry shake. We put the balls in the breaks. I'm talking one chance at best, yes. Painting pictures for the culture, keep the brushes fresh. Flip the cover, work the drummer, passion never rests. Freedom is a teacher under pressure, now we blessed. See, I was so close with the goal. There's one shot, now the future is yours. Go! Yeah. It's one shot, now the future is yours. Go!
And welcome back into the Varsity Sports Network here at Payne Gymnasium. Overtime, minute 38 to play. Dr. Phillips with a 1-point lead, 65-64. I'm Bobby Allen. Appreciate you tuning in. I want to thank all the folks that work with us here at VSN for bringing you these broadcasts, camera operators, producer D. Hobbs, producer and President Bobby Latmore working the board tonight. This couldn't be done without everyone's involvement. We're proud to be able to bring you primetime high school sports. Minute and a half to play in overtime. Bragging rights here in 7A District 5. Owens with it in the right corner. Everybody was encouraging to shoot a three. He hit 3 of them in the third period to help spark the Olympia comeback. Picks up his dribble here, gives it back off to Owens. Looking for help, guarded by Casito. Slater's face guarding E.J. James, but he'll get the basketball right in front of us. We have a whistle and blood on the jersey from Ernest Uday. Not sure who's bleeding. It's going to be Cameron James. Uday is going to have to get his jersey cleaned off. Tillery will check in to replace him. And Charles Outlaw will check in for Olympia. Wears number 22, son of Bo Outlaw, former NBA player. They're going to make Uday change jerseys. Olympia will have it right in front of us as Mio is set to play it in. Lobs it in backcourt. E.J. James will grab it. Minute 4 on the clock. Olympia down 1 with the ball. James working on Slater. Goes right. Dribbles behind the back. Pull back 18-footer. Off the mark. No good. Aberdeen clears the rebound. for the Panthers of Dr. Phillips with 50 seconds to play in a 1-point lead. Here's Kugel with it. Works right side on Owens. Gets into the paint. Cross-court pass. Slater thought about a three. Dribbles in. Back out to Kugel. 37 seconds on the clock. 5 counts on. Now it's off. Back on again. Kugel gets into the paint. No look pass. Casito. Right back out to Aberdeen. They're going to burn some of this clock. 25 seconds. Kugel's got it. Guarded by Owens. Crosses over. Gets into the paint. No look pass down to Casito. Right back to Kugel on the right side. 15 seconds. Their coaching staff from Olympia hollering to foul. They were a little late getting to it. Foul's going to be called on Sean Owens. That'll send Riley Kugel to the charity stripe. 14.6 seconds to play. Kugel has 23 points in the ball game. And as I mentioned before, he is a stud player. Mississippi State's going to be getting a good one next season. Ernest Uday, the future Kansas Jayhawk, stands at the scorer's table. He has changed jerseys into number 25. He will return. Had blood on the uniform top. So he's back in. 14.6 on the clock, 1 point. Dr. Phillips leads 65-64. Riley Kugel stands at the charity stripe. First one up. First one is perfect. Give him 24 points. 2-point Dr. Phillips lead. Kugel with one more. No dribbles. Shots away, off the mark. 2-point game. Here comes James. 12 seconds. Crosses over, gets into the lane. Shot put up, off the mark, no good. Rebound out of bounds. Last touched by Olympia. It'll be Dr. Phillips basketball. 6.5 seconds to play, and Dr. Phillips is going to take a full timeout. We will keep it right here with just a couple of seconds left before the final. Both teams head to their respective benches. 2-point lead for Dr. Phillips as it was tied heading into overtime, 61-61. E.J. James had a decent look at it just now for Olympia. He has 24 points in the ball game. That is the man you want taking that shot in that situation. He was able to spin into the lane and put a floater up over the outstretched arm of Ernest Uday. Shot fell to the ground. Ball picked up and knocked out of play by Olympia. So Dr. Phillips will have possession here. I would imagine full court pressure and a quick foul for Olympia, or from Olympia. So in this situation, Dr. Phillips is going to have to, A, take care of the basketball, make sure you get a clean inbound play. And if they get an opportunity at the charity stripe, make the most of it. You're up 2. Possession arrow favors Olympia. Olympia will have Cameron James, Owens, Evans, E.J. James, and Josh Meehl on the floor. Dr. Phillips will have Riley Kugel, Ernest Uday, Slater, Aberdeen, and Tillery. Kugel to play it in, finds Aberdeen deep in backcourt, and he's immediately fouled by Joey Evans. Foul will send Denzel Aberdeen to the charity stripe for free throws, and that is the 5th foul on Joey Evans. So Joey Evans takes a seat. He fouls out with 4 points in the contest. Dylan Lightus checks back in for Olympia. Big free throws here for Aberdeen. First one up, first one in. He'll have one more. He now has 16 points in the contest. We've got a whistle and a timeout called by Olympia. We'll take this one with them. Back in one quick moment here on the Varsity Sports Network.
Life's about choosing where you want to go and mapping out a financial path to get there. Of course, things don't always go according to plan. An experienced financial advisor can help you avoid potential hazards and also find alternate routes.
The right financial advisor is not only there for the journey, but also to help you plan for what's coming. Make adjustments along the way and keep you on track to reach your specific goals. Are you on the road to success? Contact us for a complimentary review to find out.
Hey guys, this is Coach West here at D1 Training, Dr. Phillips. Nowadays, being a good athlete isn't enough to be successful in your sport. You gotta keep up with your speed training, your strength training, your skills training, making sure you're eating healthy, staying flexible, staying mobile, but most importantly, getting good grades. We gotta stay eligible enough to be out in the field to compete. When it comes to getting better, here at D1 Training, you pick the goal, we help you get there. Come in, let's get started.
Welcome back into the Varsity Sports Network. Overtime here at Dr. Phillips High School. Larry Payne Gymnasium, 6.3 seconds to play in overtime. I'm Bobby Allen. Appreciate you tuning in. This has been a great basketball game. Dr. Phillips holding on to a 3-point lead. Denzel Aberdeen at the stripe, the chance to make it 4. The future Florida Gator puts the shot up, and it is good. He makes both free throws. And that gives Dr. Phillips a 4-point lead. Olympia will have the ball going length of the floor, 6.5 seconds to play. Inbound comes to James. He'll try a 3. It's going to be off the backboard and in, but that won't be enough as Dr. Phillips holds on for a 68-67 victory here in the first and maybe not the last meeting between these two clubs. We'll take a break, come back, and close things out here from Larry Payne Gymnasium. Back in a moment right here on the Varsity Sports Network.